What is happening today, my More Squad? We are back with episode 13th of Talk More Sports, hosted by me, your main man, Hudson Moore. All right, y'all, as you can see, I'm wearing my 90s throwback Devin Witherspoon Seahawks jersey, as because yesterday was the preseason game 2 of the Seattle Seahawks against the Kansa City Chiefs in Lumen Field. Woo, my goodness! Okay, this was such a great game. So I was at the game last night with friends and family, even though it was pouring rain. The Seahawks got the job done. Oh my goodness. Yes, it was a preseason game. I understand that, but still, 33 to 16 against a team who was the runner-up in the Super Bowl last season in 2024. So the fact that still we're able to go 33 to 16 on them was insane. There's so much to break down to you tonight, and I cannot wait to go through it with you. So with that being said, we're just gonna dive right into it, all right? So, as I said, 33 to 16 against the runner-up in the Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles. You know, preseason things happen. It's not the same as regular season, but just seeing what our Seahawks did last night, there was something about it. Just when I talked about previously in game one of the preseason, something about Clint Kubiak, what he's doing with his offense, his play calling. There's something about it's just so special. Like every play has a purpose. Even if it doesn't work, even if it doesn't unfold the way we want it to, it just looks explosive. And I gotta say, that offensive line, again, it's preseason, but man, that offensive line, we're giving the holes. We're giving the holes for our running backs to run through. It looks so great. I'll tell you this. That first series with Sam Darnold in our starting offense with with Jackson Smith, with Cooper Kupp, with Zach Charbonnet, with that offensive line. Wow. Wow. Sam Darnold going 4 for 4 for only 34 yards. But Zach Charbonnet, I'm gonna read you something. Zach Charbonnet right now. 4 carries for 45 yards. And he was the starter over Kenneth Walker. And I've been hearing a lot from KJR 93.3 and 710 Seattle Sports Radio that Kenneth Walker looks great. Like he looks solid. But nonetheless, Zach Charbonnet was the one running the ball, and he was looking so good. I gotta say, excuse me, I think Zach Charbonnet could be gunning for Kenneth Walker's job. I think so, because when I look at this team, Zach could be the guy. Now, I love Kenneth. Kenneth is a special, talented player, and when we first drafted him, I was like, "There's no way we just got this dude. We really got this dude from Michigan State." But still, he's had injuries. But Zach has answered the call for us. He's been the guy we can rely on. And I'm not saying we can't do the same thing with Kenneth Walker. But the fact that he was the one starting with Sam Darnold in that offense in the first series last night game, there's some question marks. There is some question marks because everybody's saying, from all reports, they're saying that Kenneth Walker is looking healthy and strong, and he looks probably better than he ever has before. But the fact that Zach was taking his spot says a little something. Now, could be something else. Maybe they just didn't want to play Kenneth yet because, again, it's only preseason game 2, or maybe, maybe they trust Zach more. I don't know. But the fact that Zach was running the ball, it's a question mark, and he could be gunning for his first string job. But Sam Darnold, man, even though it's the first series, I got to tell you, that dude looked comfortable. He looked so comfortable out there. I love what I saw from Sam Darnold. Even though it was a short first series drive, we executed that drive like no other. We marched straight down that field and got an easy touchdown. I loved what I was seeing from that first drink. And even seeing Cooper Kupp wearing his number 10 jersey with the Seattle Seahawks, that was weird. That was really, really weird. Just to see Cooper Kupp wearing a Seattle Seahawks jersey, we've hated this dude with the LA Rams forever. Forever. And the fact that he's wearing Seahawks jersey now for the next 3 years, there's something about it. It's just, again, he's a Washingtonian. He was born and raised here in Washington. So the fact that he's now with the Seahawks, with his hometown team, it's a nice sight to see. I gotta say, I'm really excited about it. And then to see Jackson Smith and Jibba with only one catch, but the way he was running that ball after the catch, it looked like the same Jackson Smith and Jibba that we saw all last season too. And to see our offensive line again, it was stellar. Again, it's preseason. I'm going to keep emphasizing this, but our offensive line looks so damn good. They gave our running back so many holes to run through. I'm going to name out a few players who really did well in our running game. I'm going to name Damian Martinez, who we drafted from this year's draft. 11 carries, 50 yards, and a touchdown. A lot of people say this guy could be the next Marshawn Lynch for us. Now, that's some high, big expectations for us. Those are really big expectations. But You never know. I mean, you never know. And the fact that we don't know what's going to be like for Kenneth Walker, if we're going to resign him or we're going to cut him. Still got Zach Charbonnet, and who knows, maybe Damien could be the next guy up right next to Zach Charbonnet because those two guys are hard hit runners. I mean, those guys are bulldozers. They're not like quick, shifty like Kenneth Walker is. I mean, they just run right through your ass every single time. So I love what I saw from Zach Charbonnet. From Damian Martinez, he needed this game because last week's game against Las Vegas Raiders, it was okay. I mean, he didn't get that many carries, but today or yesterday, he really showed up when he needed to. So I love that. Second guy up, George Halani. Man, I don't even know who this guy is. I don't even know who this dude is. I've never heard of this cat. But the fact he has 5 carries for 49 yards, that's something. That is something. This George Halani, keep an eye out for this guy, George Halani, for next week's game against Green Bay will be our final preseason game. George Halani at running back. There's something about this kid. He's something special. I know it's preseason, but the way he was running, nobody could tackle him. I mean, when he went through that hole, he went through like no other. Like no one could stop this guy. No one could stop this dude. So I love what I saw from him. And from this next guy, excuse me, what's this guy's name again? Jacardia Wright. And naming his stats, he rushed for, 5 carries, 45 yards as well. So George Alani, Jacardia Wright, and Damian Martinez. These three dudes, I mean, again, not everybody's going to have a spot on this roster. It's only a 53-man roster. So obviously, one or two of these guys are not going to be on the team with us for this upcoming 2025 season. But still, the fact that these guys are making a name for themselves in the preseason, as you should, I'm loving it. And who knows, maybe they can really pop off in the next game. But Damian Martinez is the dude. There's a reason why we drafted him. Now, George Solani and Jakari Wright could be free agency guys that we picked up after the draft. But still, I like what I saw from those dudes. But I really am happy to see what I saw from Damian Martinez. I We really needed that from him because he is going to be our future running back. Now, I don't think as future star running back he could be, but we still got Zach Charbonnet, and there's still the question of are we going to resign Kenneth Walker? But again, Damian Martinez, great job. I love what I saw from the running backs. Love what I saw. And on the receiving side, Derek Young, 3 catches for 52 yards. That's all, because this dude's interesting, right? He is both on special teams and at wide receiver. And I gotta say, this kid, he shows up in the preseason. We don't see a lot of him during the regular season because this will be his third, I would say, third year now with the Seahawks. And you know what? He's solid. I would say he's just a good athletic machine just to have on the field that we can use in both different ways, either receiving or in special teams. So again, for Drake Young, still trying to keep his name in the team on the roster. 3 catches, 52 yards, still good. I mean, that's still solid. Hopefully, maybe he can still have another spot, but you never know. But nonetheless, great things what I saw from Derek Young. Cody White, 2 catches, 26 yards. Not bad. This dude's kind of like Drake Young. They got drafted in the same year, about 3 years ago, and these are guys who have still been on the team since then, still trying to fight for to really be on the starting spot, still being receiver and special teams, still trying to find that position that they're best and most successful at. But still, Cody White, Drake Young, those two guys. I mean, are they Jackson Smith? Are they Cooper Kupp? Right? Are they even Torrey Horton? I don't think so. But still, they could maybe find a spot on the team. You never know. I mean, we have a good special teams, so we can always use the extra guys, or at least they could be on practice squad, and who knows, they can get elevated up to actual position. I don't know, but again, Derek Young and Cody White, they look good. But the main man I want to talk about is Jake freaking Bobo. Jake Bobo, 2 catches, 24 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns in this game. Jake Bobo, man, he's something. This will be his second or third year. I would say third year with us. And I gotta say, this kid, yeah, third year, third year. Jake Bobo's something, man. I mean, when I look at this dude, he's 6'4", right? 6'4", all muscle. Like this dude has got some hands. We've seen bits and pieces during the regular season and past years where it's like this dude can catch balls like no other. Like he's got some hands. He's got some coordination. Like he can go up and grab. And seeing the one catch he did, what was it, his second touchdown of yesterday's game? I mean, he went up and got that ball like no other. And the footwork too in the end zone as well. Oh man, they talk about this dude's not as athletic as DK Metcalf because again in this 40-yard dash he ran a 4.9. But you know what? I mean, it is what it is. You run a fast, you run a slow 40-yard. It doesn't really matter in the end. You, all that matters is that you're on the team and you have a spot on that 53-man roster. And Jake Bobo has had that for the last 2 seasons, and most likely he will have it for his third straight year. So I don't really know what the future holds for Jake Bobo, right? Because again, we got guys like Jackson, Cooper, and again Torrey Horn, who I'm a big awe as for, right? Because he's a rookie. The way he looks, it's just yeah, he could be that third wide receiver. He could really be gunning for MVS's spot for third wide receiver. But Jake Bobo, he's right there in the mix, man. He is right there in the mix. I truly, there's something about Jake Bobo. It's just special. And I love the name too, Jake Bobo. That just sounds like a movie star, right? This sounds like something you would hear in Hollywood, right? It's just Jake Bobo, and he had a great game, man. 2 touchdowns, seriously. Like I think he's gonna keep his spot with the team this upcoming season. But nonetheless, great job from him. I would like to see Mike McDonald, Clint Kubiak use his kid just a little bit more in the offense because I think we could really use him for something special. I think if Sam Darnold wants to just do a dive bomb, just do a little hail mary, just something like that. I think Jake Bobo could be one of the guys to go up and get it because again we've seen that from Geno Smith where he's just long bomb that stuff, and Jake Bobo would just get up and grab it, or at least he would have a good chance of getting it because he's got some hands and he got some size and strength on his back. So again, good job for Jake Bobo. I love what I saw from this kid. So overall, our offense it looked good. I like seeing some of these second, third string guys who may not be on the team or maybe be on the practice squad or may not even be with the Seahawks for the season, but still, they had some great talent. So again, George Hilani, Jacardi Wright, Derek Young, Cody White, Jake Bobo, these guys had a great game last night. A great game. And the reason why I'm talking so much about these guys because these are the guys who either may be on the team this season or may not, or may even be on the practice squad. But still, what these guys did is something special. Now I want to go back again to Sam Darnold real quick. Even though it's 4 for 4 incompletions and only 34 yards, there was something about him, the way he was playing. It just looked so comfortable. It just almost looked like how he went straight from Minnesota to here with no problems. And again, preseason, I get it. You're now going up against the first string defense. I get it. But still, Sam Darnold just looked good. He looked really good. I liked what I saw from this dude. I'm so excited for what this dude's gonna do for us. I think I'm gonna call it. I think he'd go for over 3,500 plus throwing, 30 plus TDs, and 8 or less interceptions. I'm calling right now. 3,500 yards passing, 30 plus TDs, and 8 or less interceptions. I'm calling it right now. Just look, the talent we have, he can do it. It's just a big question mark is the offensive line. It just is the offensive line. But what I'm seeing from this line right now, each game into the preseason, they're looking better and better. Again, what I saw from this offensive line, I don't want them to give us false hope. I've been a diehard Seahawks fan since 2009. I'm 22 years old, so I've been a Seahawks fan since I was 6 years old. I have been through the ups and downs with this offensive line. For nearly 13 years, we've just never had that offensive line that could really just ignite our offense. What it could fully capable, capable, excuse me, sorry, I'm stuttering, what it could capably do. And I just want this offense line just for once in 13 plus years to be average. Average. That's all we need from the Seahawks. That's all we need from their offensive line. Just be average. If they can be average, I think this offense could be top 10 in the league. Top 10. Now, I'm thinking more of like a top 15, right? But if that offensive line could be average, maybe we can squeak in there in top 10 because the defense is already locked for top 5, right? But imagine if we had a top 5 defense and a top 10 offense. I hear Super Bowl callings. I hear Super Bowl callings. That's just a fact. I hear them calling, even if it's not this season, it could be the next season. There's something about this offense that could be something special if our offensive line can do their job. And from what I've been seeing, there's a possibility, even though it's preseason, I'm going to keep saying it, It's preseason, but there's something about that line. It just in past preseason games, I have not seen that. And something about this year, it just feels like deep inside me, it just feels different. Now, of course, when that first game on September 7th, home game against the 49ers, that will be the actual question mark. That will be the actual determining factor. Is this offensive line for real? Have we actually built a line that could actually protect Sam Darnold, can actually give Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker a hole to run through? Give Sam Darnold enough time to throw it to Jackson, to Cooper, to Torrey, to even Jake Bobo, or any of our tight ends. Can they do that? On September 7th, that will all answer our questions. That day will answer everything for us. Now, of course, the season can progress. We can get better. But I feel like going against the 49ers with that defense in the first game at home, that will be a good way to determine whether this offensive line is for real or for not, or else it'll be another year. But I have faith. I have faith this season. I have all the faith in the world. I truly do. And before we end today's show, I just want to talk a little bit about, well, how our team overall did. I'm going to pull the stat sheets real quick. Overall offense, a total of 477 yards offensively. 477 yards. Kansas City Chiefs, a total of 156 yards. 156. Passing yards for the Seahawks, 209. Kansas City, 88. Rushing yards, 268. Kansas City, 68. Yards per play, 6.9. Kansas City Chiefs, 4.0. I'm going to read the overall again. 477. 477. Kansas City, 156. Oh, boy. And even though the stats say otherwise, actually watching the game in person at the stadium, it just felt like that, right? Like, it just looked like, man, even though it's preseason, this was the team that was just a runner up in the Super Bowl last season, 2024. And we held them to under 200, 156 yards, and we had nearly 500 yards total of offense. Oh my goodness. Ah, this team, I am so excited for what this defense and this offense have in store for us. I am so excited. I know every single Seahawks fan out there is too. I know my Seahawks nation is so excited for this season. I can't wait. We all got our calendars. We got everything cleared off for September 7th, right? Everybody's got nothing to do except sit down for a good 2.5 to 3 hours of good Seahawks football. I cannot wait for what September 7th has in hold for us. I know everybody out there for Seahawks fans are too. Thank you for watching. Comment down below. Like and subscribe. We're trying to get these subscribers up there. Follow my journey along with me. And with that being said, we'll be back with more next time.